You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel.
Busiest I can remember for many years. I remember when I was a kid and the beaches being packed, and it's been very similar this season. The weather has really got better over the summer, and we've been seeing the consequences, which have been mainly good.
So has there been any issues or problems?
Before I go on to the issues and problems, I'll just give you a brief overview of the events we've had over the summer. In June we were lucky to get the blue flag for all three beaches, the first time ever, and that's going to be one of my main aims, to maintain and keep them for future years. At Minster Leys in June we had a Punch and Judy show and Songs on the Seafront, and then in July we had the second annual Classic Car Show, which went really, really well. We were blessed with the weather and the promenade was packed, and all the feedback was really positive, and it reminded people of when they were younger and the seafronts being packed. In July, the Arnell also had a successful open day at Queenborough Altai Landing, and that was really very successful for all people who attended, and the crowds were really big as well, which was really pleasing. In August, we saw the annual Sunset Seaside Stroll for Cancer Research UK, which has become an annual event now and quite an established event, which is really pleasing. And the usual Sheerness show, which has been going many years, with the culminating in the fireworks on the Saturday night, which is really nice to see. And of course we have the annual Sheerness Lifeboat Run again this month, which has been going over 20 years, and that's on Sunday 25th of September, and forms can be picked up at the local leisure centre in Sheerness. And this coming Sunday we have the second Wags and Walkies sponsored walk in aid of the Wisdom Hospice, so please do have a look for them on Facebook, and if you've got a doggy, go along and join in. So with the issues and problems, we have over the summer we've seen the usual fly slipping still on the increase in all areas, and that's not just the beaches. That's, if you live in Sheerness, you'll probably know the alleyways. Sheerness is quite a bad area as well for it. If you don't know, you can report any fly tipping you see online at the Swale Borough Council website, or if you've got an app on your phone, the one I've been using when I'm out and about is called Country Eye app, and it enables you to take a photo and you can send it and it'll go to the relevant organisation, saving you have to look up for it on the web. We've also had a problem with overnight camping, mainly along the coastal road opposite the Shingle Bank and Sheerness Road, and also we've been seeing in the last couple of years tents being put up on the beach, which can cause problems, so please do report it to us and the environment wardens for the council, which can be found on 0795 417 850, and I'll repeat that number at the end as well. We've also had a bit of inappropriate behaviour at the Naturist Beach, and please, if you do see anything like that, please do report in the first instance to the police. And an ongoing problem during the summer, which we get on all sea fronts, is the personal watercraft, i.e. jet skis, and there's always an issue with them either coming in too fast or being on the bathing beaches, so please dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard, and please report it.
We're talking to Ian, he's the Seafront officer. So how has 16 season been for the lifeguards on the Isle of Sheppey?
Yeah, I'd just like to say before I start, some of the questions I will be answering on behalf of the RNLI lifeguards. Unfortunately, James could not be here tonight. There's certain things what have happened around the coast this year, so obviously the RNLI are very busy, so I will be answering on behalf of him. So, the UK has enjoyed a very warm summer, which has brought a lot of people out along the beaches and the coast this summer. 90% of a lifeguard's role is preventative, tackling the hazards and giving advice, as well as monitoring the red and yellow swimming zone. In May, the lifeguards completed a 2-week educational programme with the local primary schools in Swale. That's something I'm really pleased about as the council seafront officer, because it's the value added we get from having the RNLI on board. That kind of thing going into schools hopefully will spark an interest in the beaches and lead to local lifeguards in the future as well as saving lives as well in the short and long term. The children had the chance to meet the lifeguards that patrol the beaches and were informed of the flag system and what a lifeguard role entails. It's been great to see some of these pupils coming up to the lifeguard towers during the summer and talking to the lifeguards, which is what we want. The lifeguard teams have continued to train with the Coast Guard and Sheerness lifeboats throughout the season, which is also very pleasing from a local point of view. And they've enjoyed attending various community events such as the Beach Trust Community Day on the previous Saturday, where lifeguards were giving out key messaging regarding beach safety. They were also at the Altai landing as well, assisting in rescues and giving out information. The RNLI lifeguards are currently putting together the figures for the season, which will include the average number of beach users per day, and we wait to see if the fine weather has impacted on the visitor numbers, and that's something I receive in a couple of months, the annual report, and that'll detail all the first day cases and serious incidents, something my bosses need to know about as well.
So now the season has ended and the lifeguards are no longer on duty through the day. What advice would you give to people wishing to use the beach over the winter, and what should someone do if they find themselves in trouble in the water?
Well, yesterday saw the RNLI Lifeguard Service completing their patrols on the beaches for 2016. If you're enjoying the coastline over the winter, then please be aware that the UK and Irish waters can be dangerously unpredictable. Around 180 people drowned in the UK and the Republic of Ireland last year, and unexpected entry into the water accounts for around half the people who drown. They just don't expect to get wet when they go out. Cold water shock can be triggered in water temperatures lower than 15 degrees Celsius, and the average temperature of UK waters is 12 degrees Celsius. It can steal the air from your lungs and leave you helpless in seconds. The RNLI recommends following the safe message. S. Spot the dangers. Take a moment to look around, ensure your own safety before proceeding. A. For advice, look for any signage that may be available and digest it. F. For friend, don't go alone, and that is not possible. Then ensure you have told someone where you're going and when you are due back. This way someone can raise the alarm if you're not back when you are supposed to be. Always carry a charged mobile phone or other means of calling for help on yourself. And finally, E, for emergency. Know what to do in an emergency. If you see someone or find yourself in trouble, then dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard. Following the safe message is an easy way to ensure risks are considered and you know what to do in case of an emergency.
With the sad fatalities around the UK's coast this summer, what is the RNI doing as an organisation to tackle the problem?
Well, there have been obviously quite a number of recent tragic events around the coastline. Unfortunately, not everyone can be saved, but the RNLI is currently looking at the coastline of the UK and Ireland to identify the areas of particular risks which could be supported to reduce incidents of drowning. Every community is different, and there are a variety of risks and a wide range of people using the coast for different activities. So the RNLI has developed community life-saving plans. We want to help local communities reduce incidents and fatalities through education and prevention campaigns on a year-round basis. Community safety plans outline key incident reports, a community profile, and insight into regular activities conducted and what the community is currently doing to reduce those risks. More information can be found by searching Respect the Water, which is the National Drowning Prevention Campaign. The lifeguards will continue to conduct their Meet the Lifeguard programme next year to ensure that as many as possible receive the key beach safety messaging before the season next year. So what are your plans for the winter period, Ian? So basically it's a period of paperwork for me, updating risk assessments, meetings, training, and obviously going again for the beach flag applications, which takes up quite a big part of my time, and also planning for next year and the years ahead. Also planning voluntary beach cleans and liaising with various people who want to run events along our seafronts. For example, we've got an Xmas Carol concert planned along Minster Leas during December in conjunction with the Sweet Hut. Any advice for beach users from the council's perspective? Yeah, if anyone witnesses any antisocial behaviour, low-level petty damage, vandalisms, etc., please do report it. Dial 101 and please do report it. Obviously, if it's more serious crime, 999 and report it to the police as it's going on. Or if you witness any incidents on the sea or beach, please dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard in the first instance. And obviously the biggest advice, keep out of the water when it's not being lifeguarded is my main bit of advice. Over the years I see lots of things going on. For example, Neptune Jetty, ever since I was a kid, people were jumping off there, diving off there, doing backflips off there, and it's not a very safe area. So I please do urge people, think about what you're doing and the consequences if you do go in the water.
So do you have any future courses coming up, and how can people get more information if they are interested?
Yeah, so the RNLI lifeguards are always keen to hear from people who would like to join the RNLI team on Sheppey. There are various paid roles running from May to September and voluntary roles running all year round. The lifeguard course dates will be announced as we approach the new year and planning for 2017. If anyone is thinking they would like to join the lifeguard team, then more information can be found at www.rnli.org.uk/lifeguards. You can also follow them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Just search RNLI Lifeguards Southeast. I will vouch for their guidelines are very stringent. They do require high level fitness. So James has put one tip of advice: if you are looking to become a beach lifeguard, get in the pool over the winter and get some lengths of swimming in.
So do you have any useful contact details?
I do. If you prefer to email me, it's seafront@swale.gov.uk. I'd also like to urge people, if you're looking to organise or plan events along the seafronts or even open spaces, the parks owned by the council, if it's on council land, I'd urge you to email our events team at the council who can give you advice. People just think they can rock up and put an event on, and unfortunately with public liability, having risks there, we need paperwork in place. We need to know that people know what they're doing. So their email address is events@swale.gov.uk. If it's the beach lifeguard inside you're looking at, you can always contact James himself, the lifeguard manager, at James_Uren, which is UREN, at rnli.org.uk, or as he suggested, have a look at the website, the RNLI website, and it's got plenty of information of what the requirements are for beach lifeguarding. With my other hat on, as a prostate cancer volunteer, if you are interested in me coming into your workplace and talking about prostate cancer and advising people, then please do also get in contact with me on my email, which is Ian Arnell, that's all one word, at swale.gov.uk, and we can have a chat about me coming in, just doing a 15-minute talk. So thank you.
Ian, as always, thank you very much once again for coming in.
Lovely, thanks Dan, and I'll probably see you again in April.
Yeah, we look forward to that. That is Ian right here at BRFM on the Monday Night Community Show.